In this video, we will be learning how to implement selection sort into Scratch and into the sorting visualization. As we can see over here, selection sort is taking place. Firstly, how does selection sort work? It works by first finding the minimum value in an array. To do so, it first tentatively sets the minimum value to a certain value. And then whenever it encounters a value which is lower than the tentative minimum value, it will update the minimum value accordingly. After that, we move the minimum value to the front of the array. Then we perform selection sort on the rest of the array. Here is an example of selection sort. Note that the numbers are randomly generated. We tentatively set the minimum value to 52 and its corresponding index to 1. Then we update the minimum value since 16 is less than 52. Since 57 is greater than 16, we do not update the minimum value. This continues until we reach the end of the array. After that, we swap the element with the minimum value and the first element of the range that we want to swap, in which in this case it is the entire array. So we swap these two elements. Now we sort the other 4 elements using selection sort. We tentatively set the minimum value to 52. Go through the other elements in the array and find out that we have to update the minimum value since 41 is less than 52. After that, we swap the element with the minimum value and the first element yet to be sorted. This continues all the way until we are done sorting the array, which is when we have an array of size 1. Now let's take a look at the pseudocode of selection sort. There are some parameters over here, namely the array that we want to sort, the start and the end. First, we'll tentatively set the minimum value and the corresponding index. For every possible index, we'll update the minimum value and corresponding index. We will then sort the rest of the array. After swapping the stem with the start of the range. Now let's take a look for the code in Scratch for selection sort. Both the middle and right piece of code go inside the if block in the left one, with the middle code going first. As you can see, it looks like this. So this part is the code in the middle and it goes first, before the code on the right in the slides goes over here. Let's study the code in further detail. The code on the left is quite easy to analyze, as it simply means that we only need to sort the array if the array has size greater than 1. Now let's take a look at this code. Over here, this is the code for tentatively setting the minimum value to the corresponding index. This will loop over all the other indices that could potentially be less than the minimum value. We will update the minimum value and corresponding index if necessary in this if-then statement. Over here, we will swap the element with minimum value and the first element in the range by using this code. The way it works is that it will first set the item at the corresponding index of the minimum value to be the first item in the range selected of the array. Then after that, it will replace the first item of the array with the minimum value. Now we'll wait for this amount of seconds. So the reason why is that we need to draw the array for around the length of array times. It makes sense to make the simulation take the same amount of time. After that, we'll go ahead and draw the array to let the user see that the 2 elements have been swapped. Then we'll sort the rest of the array. I have come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel.